Who's ready for the weekly bust? You're in the right place if you came to catch the show. Tyler and Levi are the names of your host. Who the next guest is, I really wanna know. Conversation escalating, let's get to the show. Who's ready for the weekly bust?
Episode. All right. Welcome to the Weekly Bust. This is season 3, episode 15. We are with Tyler,
the Bareknuckle Viking,
El Tornado, Goodjohn.
I just know you as a Bareknuckle Viking, man. You look like the dude, man.
Right?
Thank you for having me on here, guys.
No, thank you for giving us time, man. It's it's getting.
We're excited to have you, man. You got a fucking huge event coming.
Yeah.
This might be.
Massive.
Is this your biggest fight?
Do you know what? I've been very lucky in a very long career as a boxer. I fought as a glove boxer back in the UK. I fought on some massive shows, Anthony Joshua, a lot of world title shows. So, I was lucky to get that experience. But in terms of bare knuckle, this is the one. This is the one that they're going to talk about in years to come. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think it's the venue that makes it so legendary. The Wembley is just something. Like it's huge, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Like my third fight, I fought at Wembley Arena on the undercard of Tyson Fury. So again, I've been blessed to fight on some massive shows and get to have this experience in my locker. So I'm just going to enjoy it, man. I'm in such good shape these next couple of weeks now. I'm just looking forward to it. I can't wait to get in there.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. You brought up the Tyson Fury thing because we did our homework on you, and we were going to bring that up as well. And what it was like for you to even step in that kind of environment, especially kind of early on. That was your premiere. Yeah, that was your pro debate.
Yeah, I mean, like? Again, like my story. I turned professional in London. I moved down to London, and I was in arguably probably the best professional boxing gym in Britain, under Tony Sims. I had world champions in there. Like I say, Anthony Joshua was in there. It was immense. So, the knowledge in that I picked up in there. And then the shows that obviously I got to fight on as well. Like for a 19-year-old, it was, when I look back on it, it didn't overwhelm me. I won by second round stoppage. I was excited, man. But that was a massive show. It was a Showtime show, so it was being aired in America. Yeah, man. How long ago was that? 12 years ago. Shit.
It's fucking nuts, isn't it? Yeah. So
man.
So we know a little bit about you, but we always like to allow our guests to open up and explain who you are from your own words. So why don't you give us a description of who Tyler is, where you come from, and kind of what you got going on with your life currently.
Yeah, so I'm from a place called Ely in Cambridgeshire. It's very much a country town area, city. It's a city. It's actually, it was the smallest city in Europe. The only reason it's a city is because it's got a cathedral. So it's tiny, that whole small town energy going on. Growing up as a kid, I was fighting a lot. And when I look back on it, look, we weren't fighting with weapons and that. We were fist fighting, everything else a lot. I went down to my local boxing gym to lose weight. I was a fat kid at 10. My mum and dad, said, did I want to go down there? I got into it. I lost my first 6 fights in a row as an amateur. I was useless. And then, it just sort of clicked. I got to the semi-finals of the Nationals. A year later, I got to the final. And then the year after that, I won it. And then, that then got me scouted to turn professional and everything else. The one thing I would say is that as an amateur boxer, again, coming from such a small area, such a, an unknown area, it really restricted me from getting into, the England squad, the GB set up to go down, the Olympic route and that. So I turned professional at like 18, 19, you know what I mean? Very, very young. I mean, if I had my time again, I probably wouldn't have turned pro till I was like 24, you know what I mean? So,
that was actually
yeah.
a question from one of our viewers. They wanted to know if you regretted turning pro at 18 instead of pursuing a Golden Glove or anything like that.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's hard because, you know, the circumstances at the time, like I say, I won the junior ABAs and I got to the final and I was beating everyone that I needed to beat basically. But, you know, my face didn't fit for whatever reason. I wasn't getting called up on the squads or anything like that. So, you know, when you get to a point where the top boys in the country will only fight in the championship, so you end up having about 3 or 4 fights a year as an amateur, and that's, you know, I wanted to be out like every other week really fighting. So if I'm not fighting regularly, get me over to professional and I can be sparring and learn my trade.
Fucking dog,
that.
bro. You're a dog.
Yeah.
Tyler Goodjohn always has his lunchbox ready to fight.
Oh,
all right.
He packs a lunch.
For
Yeah,
anybody on
always,
TikTok that doesn't
always.
know, we're live with Tyler Goodjohn from the UK, Bareknuckle Viking, El Tornado.
He's a beast, bro. So like, I have to know, man, because I love, like, we have a lot of love for the UK, man, and we always love so a fascination movie for me and my brother is Green Street Hooligans, man.
Yeah.
We love it, dude.
Right?
You know, it's a cult classic. I have to know, what's your soccer club? Who is it? And have you joined a firm? Are you in a firm?
So I'm going to disappoint you here, but I'm going to put a reason behind it. As of now, I do not follow soccer.
What?
I mean,
look, man, when you can explain why a guy is worth £300,000 a week to kick a fucking bit of leather about, right? That's when I watch that shit. It's mate, and not even that. The guys will get tackled. They'll be rolling about on the floor for 10 minutes. It's just like, come on, man. Like, I'm a bare knuckle fighter. I spend 5 rounds pretending that I'm not hurt.
More than that,
you know 7.
I mean? 7 even.
It's 7 rounds. I'm in there smiling, pretending I'm not hurt. Fucking while all these guys are rolling about on the floor because they've took a little knock to the ankle or something. It's
Tyler says, "Fuck football, they're pussies."
That's right.
Yeah, but I will say this, because back in the day, like, I was raised obviously in the 90s. Yeah. I was an Arsenal fan, and it was back in the day when soccer was soccer, man. And Arsenal were my team, man. And I had good days growing up watching them with my dad and that. But as of now, footballers, soccer players, whatever you want to call them, bunch of pussies.
It's stamped.
Right. I mean,
so what about the football players or the soccer players in general? They may be the pussies, but the fans ain't. They have the firms and they're serious as shit when it comes to their squads. Yeah. Have you bared witness to any of that craziness?
So I've not bear witness to it, but I've had a lot of friends who've done it and have got into it to a high level. Do you know what I mean? So I've heard all about it. To be honest, for me, it's not a bit of me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I understand why people do it. It must be a mental buzz and everything else, having a fight and all that. But in this day and age, man, you do not get away with anything. You can't fight in public without fucking being noticed, mate. So
I heard there's cameras everywhere, basically.
There's cameras everywhere, man. You ain't getting away with shit. So, you're pretty much taking yourself to prison, really.
Damn.
Yeah, that's all.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know
it was like that.
Neither did I, man.
I thought there was at least like alleys or
some.
You know what? Like,
there is. It's fucking London. London's huge, dude.
When you hear about stories from like the firms, like the West Ham firms in the 80s, Millwall, that was back in the day when it was real. Like I say, police hadn't put a cap on it as much as they have now. Shit. Haven't put a cap on it as much as they have now. Do you know what I mean? So, like I say, you ain't doing shit, man. You ain't getting away. You hitting someone in public, mate. You're getting ABH, GBH, whatever that.
I actually heard that though. They're super surveilled, dude. Like ridiculously.
Yeah.
And we talk about China surveilling their people. I guess like they're like London's just as bad, dude. There's cameras on every corner.
Is that going?
I put it out, dude. Did you want some more? Yeah.
The thing is, well, you know, like
Smoke more weed, because at the weekly bust we allow that.
So we did a little bit of digging as well, and we found that you're a bit of a bad boy. I mean, it's not like, I mean, you got banned. So what happened there? I mean, did you mind?
From boxing, how
Yeah.
does that work?
I mean, look, I want to tell you a really cool story that is going to be like, whoa, but do you know what? I mean, it's still pretty mad that it's this, but I'd done a podcast, and I was talking about my days when I used to make £140.
Yeah.
And I used to use saunas, salt baths, fight week, you know, like everyone else does in the build up to their fight. And boom, week later, I had a letter through the door saying that I had my license taken away from me. I rung the board and was like, "What's this?" And they just said, "Look, you want to come and get your license back? You're gonna have to bring a lawyer up to the board." And I just went, "Do you know what? I'm done.
For real?
Boom, I'm done. I'm done." And at this point,
Boxing
you know, I've
is
been a
strict,
pro
though,
for.
man. We know it. Like they're just so systematic. Boxing is fucking weird. Like it's crazy.
Do you know what it was, right? This is what happened. In between the time that the podcast was recorded and released, a guy called Scott Westgarth, died in an English title fight, and I think they just wanted to make an example of someone, you know, like for the whole weight cutting thing, and you know, so
sent a message on you, huh? You were the example.
it was, yeah. I mean, look, I wasn't making them all the money that all these other people who get caught on steroids and get 6-month bans are, obviously. So
Yeah,
you know, you just get handed. You get handed what you get handed, and yeah, that's what sent me down the bare knuckle route.
Levi, do you want to take the second one here?
Yeah. So, did your following just come along, or was there something similar or something that you helped boost your following? I suppose.
Yeah, because you're a bit of a legend, man. So were you kind of that
I don't. Sorry, that was terrible.
Were you a bit of like a homegrown hero that just like erupted, or what happened?
Do you know what? Like, I'm just, ever since I was an amateur boxer, I've just come to fight, man. Like, you know, win, lose or draw. If Tyler Goodjohn's on the bill, you're in for a good night. Like, I'm worth the ticket money alone. Do you know what I mean? I give it 110%. I'm an entertainer, and yes,
you're a dog, bro. You're a complete fucking dog, man. I spent the good part of my evening last night fishing about as many fights as I could out of you. And what I can say is that you ride it out, man, and you're a fucking dog, bro. And no matter, he's been bloodied up, man. And I mean, he finishes that fight, dude, and wins it, dude.
Makes it to the end no matter what.
He's a G, bro. Yeah, no, he's a gangster.
Got a heart on him.
Yeah,
you know
dude.
I mean, that's fucking dope.
Heart of a lion, dude. That ain't no joke.
It's just like, you know, it's something that you just can't teach. You know, I think like my heroes were people like Arturo Gatti and people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're the people that I love to watch. The guys that would get put down, get back up, and they'd come and win. And you can't teach that, man. You just cannot teach it.
Well, you can
like a different amount of drive, dude.
Yeah.
So you're training with an old opponent, actually, and you've gotten kind of tight with him. I wanted to talk about your relations with Mr. Luis Palomino, and I also wanted to bring up your fucking fight with him because it was incredible, dude. Like on both ends, dude. Like I think Chris said it the best in the fight. He's like, it's not that Tyler's not doing good because he's fucking doing great, but Palomino's having a phenomenal night. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a difference of you just seen two great fighters have a great fight. That's what it was all about, and one had the edge. It was insane. What are your thoughts on that fight, and what could you have maybe done different if you could have done anything different?
Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words. Yeah, no, it was a great fight. I mean, you know, under the circumstances, you know, we were in a global pandemic. I had to quarantine in Dominican Republic. I couldn't take a team with me. I ended up actually getting someone that I'd done a podcast with while I was out in Dominican to come do my corner on the night. You know, it's not ideal. But that being said, I do believe that Palomino, he taught me a few things that night. He did. He taught me how important the clinch game was, how important, you know, the feet game is in that ring. And like I say now, I'm just going to use that as a positive because, you know, I'm there being taught by the man and mentored by the man, but also, you know, I've experienced it. Like I say, that he was top class that night. He was good.
He was on another level. But I mean, like I said, Chris said it best. You did good yourself, man. You were not. That was a fight that it could have went either way. I mean, one good punch. Either one of you guys were one good punch away from ending that fight.
Yeah,
it was insane.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When it first started, you know, coming from like a traditional boxing background, I'd never done, you know, worked any work in the clinch.
You can see the difference between the two of you.
Yeah, and as soon as he got me in that clinch, it was I mean, he fucked my face up, man.
It busted you open pretty good, man. You were
for 2 rounds, man. I could not even see out my eye. The blood
I said that to my wife. I said, dude, I don't know how he's looking, man, because
I can't even see out my eye, man.
Busted open, bro. He looked
Honestly,
like Rocky.
Do you know what the worst bit is, right? It was my left eye, and like I say, the blood just kept dripping in my eye. So what happens is it just goes completely white in your eye. So you can't see, just go blind in your eye. I'm just trying to make it back to my corner or whatever. But at the same time, obviously, if I show Palomino that I'm hurt in any way, he's going to jump on me and smash the fuck out of me. So I'm there beating my chest like that, and he's just going boom over the top, right hand, because I can't see it because my left hand. It was quite scary in there. You go, and I'm coming forward, trying to be poker face, bang, taking right hands because I can't see it.
You were still firing off though, and landing shots.
Man.
You ended up busting.
I'm in there to the end, man. If I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose having a good go. Do you know what I mean? It was, you know, it was one of them. I like I say, I'm not, you know, I'm super proud of the fight that I put up.
Absolutely, as you should be, man.
Yeah.
I said, you didn't stop until the very end, man. You busted it open late in the fight. You know what I mean? Like I said, you were one good punch away, and when you blasted him back, dude, you bombed on him, bro. I think it was in the second, maybe the third. He took 4 steps back. I was wondering why, like, you didn't have an attack at that point. I think you were in shock that you caught him with that hit. And you're like, oh shit, because he stumbled, boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh, he got him good, bro. And it was like, I think it was like right on his forehead too, man. It was awesome, dude.
Hey, for having to get a new corner on the fly, Ty knows a little something about that.
Yeah. Well, I had to,
and then ended up being in the corner.
Yeah,
I had that same experience.
Yeah. Pretty much, man. So how's it like working with him now? Like, you guys, it looks like you've gotten pretty close.
I think that's sweet that you guys are now.
Do you know what, man? Yeah, he's just like, I love being around other fighters, and I love being around fighters that are just similar to myself. They want to raise people up around them. Do you know what I mean? They want to help people, because we all know what we've had to go through to get to this point, you know. And at the end of the day, combat sport, opportunity is everything. You know, you can be the best fighter in the world, but not be seen by someone and just be given that opportunity, and it just amounts to nothing. At the end of the day, he knows and he can see how hard I've worked to get to this point. And
I see. You made eye contact after the fight, and it was like that. You seen it was like, hey, and you're like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, it was a cool sense of respect I seen.
Yeah, and then he got up on the microphone afterwards and explained. You know, said to the crowd, "Look, this guy's come over, quarantined for 14 days in Dominican Republic by himself, and then come over with anybody who will be in his corner to take this fight." So he gave me the most respect out of everyone on the night. And yeah, man, he's just a real guy. You know, he's just a real guy. What you see is what you get with him. Like, you know, he's just helped me so much out here, man. He really has. And he's become a brother, man. Like, it's mad. It's mad.
It looks like it from your, you know, the way you guys post together. You guys are training. It looks like a lot together, man. And has training with him technique wise improved your striking a bit, like a little more, or is it like because like have you switched styles now since coming in?
Good question.
I wouldn't say I've switched styles. Like the plan was never to switch style. They just said, look, you know, we want you to be the same Tornado, but we just want to add a couple of things. And, you know, I completely agree with the things that they want to add. You know, there's just things that are going to make it, that are going to prolong my career and just basically, yeah, no, just benefit me. So, yeah, it's been great. And also at the age of 31 to go into the gym every day and have something else, something new to work on, it's refreshing, man. Like it's been a long time since I've really had to knuckle down and think about what I'm doing. You know, it's been nice. Like I said to Palomino today, like this camp's really got my fire back, you know, and yeah, it's just, I feel like when I was like 18, 19, when I first turned professional glove boxing, that's how I feel at 31. So I'm lucky to be able to feel this feeling again, you know?
Yeah. So your fight's coming up. When are you heading back to London?
So I'm going back on Monday.
Are you excited?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Just to see everyone again. And then obviously, you know, we're 2 weeks out from fight night, man. It's
man, I bet you're just excited. Yeah. You've been training for this moment, man. That's a big stage. I mean, even though you've been on big stages before, it's like I think the way you talk about bare knuckle, man, like it just seems like it resonates with you the most. You're like, I love this sport, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what it is, but yeah, bare knuckle, man. Bare knuckle's just, it's a different animal. It's a different animal. And you know, the BKFC is a different animal to what the BKB was back home with the clinching and everything else. So, you know, England are in for a treat, man. I think it's going to blow up after the show. It's going to be a thing.
I'm excited to watch it.
Me too, dude.
So you have like a new profound love for bare knuckle or for fighting. Is there any other sport that you would play? You said that
I would play.
That's out.
Do you know what? I actually
soccer players are pussy.
I actually really like playing soccer. I actually really like it.
I just hate watching it, right?
But I won't watch it because the guys earning £300 a week. You know what I mean? I won't do it. But yeah, no, look, I like all sports. When I was at school, right, I fucking hated everything apart from PE, and I was sick at everything. Sport, cricket, soccer, whatever. But because I love sport.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like CrossFit. I do a lot of CrossFit back in England. That's something that I just, you know, it gets me totally. It's fucking hard, man. Alongside boxing, these people really are the fittest people on earth. These CrossFitters that do these games and that.
Yeah, dude. They're freaks of nature, bro. Like their endurance levels is insane.
Insane.
Do you know what I would see you doing? Like extreme cliff jumping, bro. Like you know, like the ones that like dive into like the little spots of like water,
or the one that barely clears the dock off the hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like,
I've seen it 100.
I like that you think that I would look cool doing that. Mate, I'm a pussy when it comes to heights, you know.
Yes,
this guy too, man. This guy too.
Yep, I hate that shit, dude.
So,
if it's more than like a 15-foot cliff, I'm good on it, dude.
I don't know why, though, like he would watch his brother, like me, and then like all my friends, like as soon as one would do it, we're like, we're a bunch of idiots. We're the ones that your mom would be like, "Would you do it if your friends did it?" We're like, "Yeah." We were so dumb, bro. We were so dumb. Funniest fight story.
Funniest, wow. I mean, I've got a few, but I mean, going back to my professional glove days, I mean, any pro boxer will probably tell you the money is disgusting. And I was 21 years old, and like I say, I was living away in London, so I was renting a place and everything else. Broke as a motherfucker. Anyway, I've been training for a fight. And 2 weeks out from fight night, I'm just literally doing a bit of bag work, and my hand's just gone, just absolutely gone. I can't feel it. It's swollen up. But at this point, I've already put in like a 10-week training camp. I'm doing a 10-round title fight, so it was a big camp. So I've turned around to my trainer and just said, "Look, I'm still fighting. You know, my hand was fucked. I went to my physio and got it looked at. It was my wrist. It was fucked." So on, it's come around to fight night. I've literally just been doing running and stuff with my left hand. My right hand's out of use. So on fight night, me and my cut man have gone to the toilets, and we're in like a toilet cubicle. I've got on the toilet and stood up on the toilet seat, so it's just like looks like one set of feet, and he's injected all my hand with lidocaine. So I've literally injected my hand with lidocaine, so I can't feel it.
Yeah.
Slip my glove on. I've gone out. Boom, boom. Started warming up on the pads. All right, sick. I can't feel my hand. So boom, I've gone into the fight, and I'm using this right hand like there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm gonna smush
and
it.
I've actually stopped the guy. I've stopped the guy in the 7th round. So boom, yeah, everyone, you know, I've got the win. I've come back out. I've took my hand out of the glove, cut my wraps off, and my hand is just doubled up, so swollen. So with the money that I got from the fight, I had to go and get my hand operated on about 3 days later in Manchester anyway. So, but yeah, I've got many stories of like injuries before fights, because I was telling someone this today. I was like, look, if you don't fight, you don't get paid. So if you train for 9 weeks and you get injured 9.5 weeks in, like, who's paying? Who's, you know, you've just lumped out for your expenses and everything else. You're the only one losing out. So, yeah, that's something that, you know, the fans probably don't realize. You know.
Yeah, the dedication,
sacrifices that get made. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Christian, what do you think, buddy? You got a question for the man? I know you do.
I know you got number 7 on there.
Number 7. Oh shit! All right, all right. We asked everybody this. That comes on here. So
I hope you watch at least an episode with us. It happens to everyone. So here it is, man.
how big is your dick?
How big's the piece?
You can lie, you can in between, you can tell the truth. It's
No,
up to
no,
you.
I'm not gonna lie. It's about, I'd say about 7.5.
There we go.
All right, yeah.
All right.
Good on you, mate.
Yeah. It's one that looks good in a photo. It's a good looking penis. Do you know what I mean?
An Englishman would say that. No, the whole topic came up. I actually, because we got asked recently how that fucking topic came up in a question on a DM, and I said, well, actually, it was in episode 3, I think. The topic came up of internet, like what was it?
Average
size
world,
internationally.
the biggest in the world and smallest in the world.
Yeah. And so we done a poll now, and we're about, I don't know how many episodes deep, but like legitimately, I would say 80% of people lie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, standard. I mean, you're on a podcast and I go, oh, 3 inches.
At one point, someone was like, "Oh, like Congo average." We look it up. It's like
It's ridiculous.
It's like 11 inches. Like, geez.
Yeah, no.
The flat cock hangs at 9. You're like, holy shit, bud.
You would feel unbalanced, dog. You feel sad. You'd be
Look, a massive cock's no good for a boxer. It'll weigh you down. It's useless weight. Do you know what I mean?
Every time you go to the corner store, they're like, hey, that guy's stealing a tall boy.
Sir, put that sandwich back.
This guy's got 2 tall boys and a fucking foot long. What the hell?
That's fucking hilarious, man.
I said corner store.
Levi, lead us out of that shit, bro.
All right. So with flying international here soon, if you could get one item through customs, what would it be?
What would it be?
What and where am I going? Did you say?
We'll just say you're going back
London.
across the pond. Yeah, you're heading back to London from Miami.
Right.
One of
If
the
I
wildest
could,
in the world.
all right, okay. Now I know. I'll answer your question. if I could
Actually,
get
dude,
through,
that is a fair
if I
assessment. Because if it is somewhere else, hold on. I see what you're saying here.
Oh,
Because laws change as you fly elsewhere.
It's true.
like if we're going back
Anything
to
for
England
anyone,
and
Chuck.
I can get anything through
Mhm.
customs, I will get a shitload of this gas that I'm smoking right here.
Yeah.
You know
Hell yeah.
Nice.
what I
That's what we're talking
We
about.
are
man.
smoking King Palms.
King Palm, shout out. You know
Shout
what it
out
is.
to King Palm.
Shout out.
Hey, do you have any
Yeah,
sponsors? you
King
wanna shout
Palms
out,
are
man?
sick, man. I do like King Palms.
Yeah, there you go, man. We got to use that, dude.
Blue grapes, my favorite.
Hey, bro. Do you have any sponsors that you want to shine out real quick? You know, just because if we don't do it now, we'll probably forget because there's a lot of cool shit we're gonna go over, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, man. I've from back home in England, I have Daniel Lawrence Plumbing and Heating, a guy that has just quite literally been there for me. Like beyond being just a friend, he's been like family to me. He's been a brother. He paid for me to come out to Miami. He paid for me to have my first Airbnb to get me all set up out here and that. And without him, you know, this wouldn't have been possible. So big shout out to Dan at Daniel Lawrence Plumbing and Heating. I've got Lawson Civil Engineering as well back home. Big shout out Marcus, who owns that. Also been helping me out here in Miami. So massive shout out to him. They'll all be at the fight. Florida Yachts International, Top Gun Yachts, Cigarette Racing. My team that are getting me my visa to come over to Miami and work for 3 years. Like an absolute blessing. I've got Hollywood Golden Co. I've got Balanced Bento. Who else have I got? I've got a few people that have really just, you know, not wanted sponsorship or shouts out or anything. Have just helped me while I'm out here. They know who they are, and yeah, thank you very much. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. There's loads of people that have helped me, just out of the goodness of their heart, and I just want to say I'm very grateful. So thank you very much. Those people know who they are.
Cheers to those guys.
That's right.
Levi.
Who is?
Are you roasted, dude?
No, not yet.
Light up, baby.
I was gonna say,
Let's
we're
go.
gonna get more stuff. Anyway, who is the most important person in your life?
Oh, I love this question.
Most important person in my life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can't say both parents either. I mean, like you had to pick one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what? I can't answer it. There's you know, there's so many people. I just can't do it. You're gonna kill me, man. Do you know what? Right now, the most important person is me.
That's right. There we go.
That's what's
Same
up.
answer I was gonna give you.
Yeah. We see you. Yeah, we were waiting for a good answer like that.
Just like the airplanes tell you. Take care.
You know, I don't want to dismiss anyone because, you know, that, like I say, those people know who they are. But right now, like I'm very proud after the year that I've had and the career that I've had, that I'm still here standing today and about to fucking light the stage up.
You're gonna fucking,
you
dude.
know,
I've been,
you
dude,
know, 12 years after I fucking done it. You know, 12 years after I've done it. Before, yeah, and to still be here, still fighting without gloves.
Bro,
as
you
well
got
now.
fans in Montana. Think about that. You're from the UK, bro.
Mhm.
You got fans in Montana.
Yes, sir.
That's around the whole fucking world in the middle of America, man. You know what I mean? You got,
Yeah,
dude,
we're
that's
Apostle
legit,
Crown.
dog.
Apostacron.
Oh no, did we lose him?
Yellow.
Oh shit.
He lit up, bro. Is what happened. I bet you his phone moved. Hey, bro. Our tech did, like, dude, we panicked. We're like, what the fuck just happened, man? We just lost him.
Me and you sparked at the same time, and that was
Yeah, that was too much energy or something. Everybody was sparking, and they're like, oh shit. Dude, I wish you were coming to Montana, man. That would have been sick.
When is that? September, isn't it?
Yep. September
man.
10th. It's gonna be a good card, man. It's pretty littered
Yeah.
with good little treats in there.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, man. These guys they're pretty antsy about a couple questions here, man. And I'm gonna let the dogs loose on you, bro.
No, all right, yeah. So I was looking at this one. Like, if you found a dead body in a hotel room, like, what would you do? And I was thinking about it. Is that the shittiest fucking maid ever? She's like, oh yeah, room's good, and there's just a fucking dead guy there. Like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'd probably complain.
Or she just thinks it was somebody that actually just wrapped the blankets up like a dead body, but it's an actual dead body. She's like, I'm gonna do the reverse guest trick. Just actually somebody strangled.
She's like, people out, but that really fucking freaks people out. Yeah.
What would you do, my man?
I'd just complain and be like, I didn't
I'd be
order
like,
a
"Yo,
dead
what
body in my room."
Hey, I just want you
God.
to know I didn't do it.
Like, goddamn.
In fact, I'll probably do the very English thing and probably not complain until it's stunk and the next door neighbour complains.
You
The
just
next
sleep
room
next to it.
complains.
You're just sleep next to your bucket. You was here before me, man.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Maybe this was in the fine print. And I'm not going back and reading it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Agreed to this on accident.
The maid's like, and you're like, I was wondering why that desk lady was asking me those random questions. Is it okay? You read the terms right? Fine print. Yeah.
Yo, you got it. Dude, ask it. Ask it.
What music would you choose to play every time you walk into a room? Like if every time you open a door, I go, something.
What, like, yeah, but that's a hard one because it depends what in what kind of setting. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. It has to be every door.
Every door.
Doesn't matter if you're going to a wedding or a funeral.
Right. Well, I'm going with some kind of funky elevator music.
Oh.
If that's the case, do you know what I mean? I want something positive.
Some Phil
something
Collins from
that,
the Tarzan track, maybe.
Phil Collins from Tarzan, Disney's.
You know what I mean? Because I was listening to that earlier, and I was like, that's
No.
a good elevator tune.
No, I want something
Lion's Not
funky.
Sheep
I want
bracelet?
something a bit funky.
That is a
Sorry?
Lion Sheep bracelet.
It is a Lions Not Sheep bracelet. Can we see that one time?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Shout out
to Lions Not Sheep.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah,
Hey,
man. I like that. I like that slogan. It's nice.
Yeah, me too. I got one of their shirts and I was like, dude, this shit's sick as shit, dude.
Yeah, man.
Levi, ask it, man.
Is that 12? Oh.
15, man.
15?
Why are you avoiding it?
Oh. So I heard on another podcast that you were in pornography.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
So is Christian.
Yeah, Christian's very much into porno.
All right.
Instead of saying that he's making it, I just say that he watches a lot for no reason.
We were talking about actually making porno. You want to star in one? Fuck yeah.
He's not kidding. He's a videographer. He's usually not in front of the camera. He's usually the man
I'd say
behind it.
his rig's like to
Yeah.
the right, but it's fucking sick.
Is that true? So it's true. And
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
In our own sense, haven't we all been one?
I don't know if you've seen my documentary, and I was with like quite a famous porn star in the UK called Alessa Savage for about a year. We got engaged. We were like the bad Disney couple. We were, wow, the bare knuckle fire and the porn star. It was all a bit, and
that's his dream.
Yeah, well, to be with a bare knuckle star.
Yes, dude.
Nice,
That was awesome. I love this guy.
Nice.
Story just like that. He's fucking good. He doesn't.
Don't miss very often. He's like Kobe on game night.
Are you game tight like Kobe on game night?
I mean, it sounds like something that I would be. Yes.
Yeah.
All
right. Yeah,
Kobe
dude.
Bryant, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
What's your favorite movie? Mine is Fight Club or American History X.
Do you know what? That is a damn good question. But I think when you've just got to go pound for pound, like how many times I've watched it and just been like, this is something else. Like you can just watch it over and over. It's got to be Goodfellas, isn't it?
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
Good,
man.
good choice. Good choice, man.
Mine might be The Dark Knight. Might be number
Fucking
one,
such a
dude.
good movie. Yes, you can't go wrong with that one.
But for comedy, I think it's still I Love You, Man. There's
No.
no reason or rhyme for a reason for it. I just love that movie.
It's a pretty good flick.
I'm bringing it back up. Anyone that hasn't watched it, go back and watch it.
What about do you know what a comedy that springs to my mind, which I enjoyed, but is a bit Good Luck Chuck, that the geezer that bangs all them birds because
And they all
he's
get their,
cursed.
they all find their husbands
So he
right.
ends up just fucking
There's a
smashing all these beds. Yeah,
He's cursed,
I mean, yeah.
man. Like you can't find love because all the girls are finding love elsewhere after smashing them.
Yeah.
Poor fella.
He was a good fella. Bong. Right back to it. See how that goes?
Where the fuck are we?
What two things you think are normal but seem really strange when done repeatedly?
What do you mean?
Something that you do, if you do it once, it's fine, but if you do it 7 times, it's fucking weird, man.
Oh.
Like when you say the same word over.
Oh shit!
It's weird, like in
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I think
That's
why did
in
I
that
go?
same in that same instance, yes.
I know one.
Okay.
Like taking a shit like outside in someone's garden or something.
Yeah.
Because like
first
well,
time's okay. You're like, I really had to
Like,
go.
Because if you're caught short and you need to go, like, oh, who am I to tell you not to do it? Do you know what I mean?
Dude,
But
I guess I'll spread it around.
like,
It's good
fuck, I really have
fertilizer.
to shit. I can't make it inside.
if you're making it, if you start to make this a regular occurrence,
Yeah, you're at the barbecue shitting in the bushes.
Christian,
Fuck.
I didn't. Christian, when we asked this question, I didn't believe that this man was actually gonna say that was your problem, bro. He guessed that.
What?
The garden,
Oh,
dog.
yeah, yeah. My nan hates me.
the guy.
So,
Dude, that was a crazy coincidence. wasn't it?
can you quote Step Brothers?
Do you know what? Now you put me on the spot. Fucking hell. I've just gone absolutely blank, and I love Step Brothers.
He says, and at one point, he said, "Let's get it on."
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to pass, mate. I'm too stoned.
Legit.
All right. Let me go to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold it down, boy.
Stay golden, Ponyboy. That's a good one.
I got a belly full of
I think
crap. Oh, I've got one.
He's
I
got it. I knew it would. I was just gonna give him.
Boom.
What was that?
I got a belly full of white dog crap, and you hit me with this.
Yo, dude, I like when they're trying to make the bunk beds the most, bro.
Oh yeah. No
Dale,
That
no
no power
motherfucker-
tools.
That
power
motherfucker
tools,
just
yeah.
collapses.
What a film.
He killed him.
Why did you let us do this? This was a terrible
Yeah,
idea.
that's right. See, is it that bad? No.
Hey, man. So, do you like your Peaky Blinders?
Do you know what? Right, I'm gonna let you down, but I've not even watched one episode of it.
Levi said that too, dude.
I'm at episode 7. Thank you.
No, you said that. You're like, what if you didn't watch it?
Oh, I did call that.
I'm sure if I got into something, if I liked it, I'd watch it all the way through. It's just, with training and everything else, it's very hard to just get into something. Do you know what I mean? And get into that fucking training and that.
That makes
And
sense.
then when I
It's not
go
even-
back,
it's not- I mean, it's pretty good fall asleep TV, but I do that to everything, so I'm terrible. If I don't start it early, if I put it on before I go to bed, I'm like, yep, it has to be good fall asleep stuff because like
yeah.
a lot of Futurama because of that.
Yeah.
So, cause I'm baked, and
Nice.
like I'm pretty mad that BKSC just pulled his bullshit today and announced that weed shit. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. I don't get that at all. But you know, they're obviously
Like
well, like
it's a weird step and like it's a step back, you think, don't you? I do.
I
Mhm.
kind of
Like every fighter like appreciates it to recover. You know what I mean? It's being fucking approved, like in Montana especially, it's legal. You know what I mean? Like it's goofy, man.
And now
yeah.
you
I mean, they're just trying to really clean up the sport so that it can just be.
But
It can just
alcohol's
be
okay
taken
to be
further.
advertised. You know,
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Is that
look,
good?
it's the most the whole fact that alcohol is legal and weed is illegal in a lot of places is just backward, man.
Mind-boggling, huh?
It's just absolutely backward. Like, but that's because they've managed to be able to tax people on alcohol and stuff like that. And like back in the UK, eventually, marijuana will be illegal, but that's because the government have got hold of it and are distributing it themselves. Do you know what I mean? They've closed down all the little dealers, and it's not illegal on the black market anymore. They're the ones doing it, like they are in Vegas and everything else. But yeah, who knows when that's going to be? It's just madness because weed, marijuana, cannabis, whatever you want to call it, it can help so many people. Like,
bro.
I've only been smoking 2 years. Do you know what I mean? For 29 years of my life, I never smoked. I was going for a really, really bad time in my life. I was taking medication and everything else, and I found weed. It stopped me drinking, got me back training, and it just got me feeling positive again. And I swear by it. So fuck anyone that tries to take it from me.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and dude, like, actually, it's a perfect time. We like to bring it up a lot during our shows. Is if you are having any mental health issues, do not feel ashamed. Most men, most women go through it. You don't have to hide it. There's nothing to hide. And you're having like suicidal thoughts. You know what it is. There's a hotline to call. They changed the number for it. You made it really easier to get a hold of them.
It is 1-800-273-8255.
Yeah, there's someone that's will hear it out and try to help you. Legit. Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to put that out. It was a perfect time, and when
With
you're going
rule
through some shit.
changing today in the BK, do you prefer the US rules or the UK bare knuckle rules?
Probably the UK rules, just because I just think it looks better.
Yeah.
I just think it the clinch is a good idea, and when it's done by a good fighter, by an experienced fighter, and it's done well, it looks good. But otherwise, it's just messy. It just ends up looking like two geezers pissed up, falling out of a pub fighting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
What about the
yeah.
endurance rounds? Like, because like BKB's rounds were 7 2-minute rounds, and what was the difference like that?
I much prefer the 7 rounds. Like before the fight between me and Luis, I was calling it for it to be 7 rounds because it just comes down to that more fitness, more toughness, more that extra 2 rounds makes a big difference, man. It's like me and Sean George, we fought 7 rounds. We knocked shit out of each other for 7 rounds, man. And my fitness that night was incredible. I remember being in that 7th round and I was just so light on my feet, and that was the difference. I was just, my fitness and my durability is just, that is a weapon of mine.
So okay, I understand why you like it then.
Yeah. It was a beast fight, dude. You got a belt in that fight, man.
Yeah.
You were
I mean, Sean George at that point, I mean, he's had about, what's he had, like nearly 30 bare knuckle fights. Do you know what I mean? And that was my 3rd bare knuckle fight. He's very, very experienced. I've watched him a lot, and yeah, man, it was
It was
tough
awesome.
night. It was
Yeah.
a tough night, man. We both, do you know what? We both brought our A game that night because, you know, if you watch it, you'll be like, wow, it was. I watch it and think, shit, I can't believe we fought like that without gloves on because we knocked the fuck out of each other, man.
Yeah, man, it was a brawl, man. It was awesome too, and it was a technical brawl. I think you've been fighting well for a long time.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah, you know, I've brought over, you know, the reason why my videos went viral and stuff like that was because I'm very much bringing the style of a boxer over to bare knuckle, like using the shoulder and stuff like that. Stuff you haven't seen in bare knuckle before, you know. I've sort of brought something different, and now I'm gonna add something different again by trying to, you know, add the clinch game.
Yeah, and I think dude, you're gonna shine, bro. I know that everyone in London's gonna have their mind blown when they see you brawl.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
got another US versus UK question. Is bare knuckle bigger here in the US or there in the UK?
It's bigger here in the US.
Really?
Really? I would
Yeah.
assume.
I was
Wow.
I figured
See,
from
I
old
would have
time
assumed,
fucking,
like,
you know,
yeah, the old
thumb
like,
out
school
boxing
BK
dudes,
fucking.
you know, like
Do you know what? Like, it's one of them, man. It's England. England people are, you know, very quick to turn the nose up to combat sport, to fighting, boxing, UFC.
gentlemen, you know.
It's just
Is that
like,
fuck?
you
Why
know,
is it so hard
you
for me
get
to
your
focus like
fans.
that?
You get your fans, but you also do get a lot, you know, people, yeah, people want to talk it down and stuff like that. Over here in America, like, they love their fighting, man. They love their fighters. They look at us like superheroes, man. They really do. And I really appreciate it. It's just really nice. Do you know what I mean? You know, like I say, back home, you know, no one wants to support you. Not in my hometown. Nothing. I'll be out running,
It's
training.
always the
no
locals
one.
that have the hate, man.
It's, you know, it's weird, man. But yeah, no, that's one thing that I've really enjoyed here in Miami.
Jumping their girlfriends
Hell yeah, you would.
and them beating them up.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, why?
I mean, look, it's just, you know, with people who you know, who don't want to like publicly say that I'm doing well or wish me the best, and that is because they're just annoyed at themselves that they couldn't do something like that. You know, it's just, it is that they probably are thinking, damn, that's really cool, well done and everything else, but they don't want to say it. So, you know, is what it is.
So, who do you look up to most in the boxing world? Rather someone that you idolize, maybe.
To be honest with you, I don't really watch that much boxing anymore. I can't remember the last boxing match I watched. I mean, that's a lie. One person who I do really like. I do like Canelo Alvarez. I really do like
Can't
Alvarez.
go wrong with Canelo.
You know,
fighting coming up. That's gonna be good. That's gonna
Who
be
you
good.
got on that? Triple G or Canelo?
Probably Canelo.
Well,
I
you
think
know,
Canelo. I think, yeah. I think,
it's a
look, you
logical
know,
question though, man. They're
It is
both
very
phenomenal fighters, man.
yeah.
Yeah, you can like someone and think like, shit, they might not have that fight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, you know, GGG is coming to the end, isn't he? Like, where when I say coming to the end, he's coming to the end of being at that top. You know, where he's just perhaps going over the hill a little bit. And Canelo got beat by a guy who's just a monster compared to him, really.
Yeah, dude.
So
That dude was.
He put the water.
it's a good fight, though. I'm a Golovkin fan, man. I'm a Golovkin fan. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a massive Alvarez fan as well. When that is the only time I watch boxing, though. To be fair,
in his prime right now, too, man. Even though he got beat by Beevil, he's in his prime still. He didn't slow down.
Yeah, man, of course.
He learned from that. He took
that
was an ass whipping.
strength.
Beevil whipped his ass, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, we got some big fights coming up, don't we? Freaking
Did you see Jon Jones as a heavyweight? Dude?
Oh yeah, that's what I was
He's thick right now. There was a training video of Jon Jones this morning that I seen. He got a shoulder on him. Maybe
Yeah.
that's yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, holy buddy.
I got a question for you, man. Do you believe in aliens?
No, not really.
What?
Wow.
You're the
Okay.
first.
Yeah, that is the first.
Yep.
Yeah, just I was having this conversation before with someone. Yeah, I just think there'd be there'd well, I mean, yeah, I
It's hard to consider, man, when you think about it. You're like,
I've just talked myself out of it in about 10 seconds. Nah.
See,
Oh, that's a strong argument I had there.
yeah, man. It's like the universe is
I
so
don't know,
vast,
The
man.
skies have been so active
Right,
recently.
talk. All right, okay. Let me ask you a question then. Why?
Yeah.
Why should I believe that there are aliens?
The world is so vast, and if they are technologically advanced, like as we think they are, just to travel the millions of light years to get here and visit this planet, because it is probably unique. We haven't found much of life elsewhere, so it's probably somewhat rare, right?
and see, this is another weird thing too, is that the UK had released those files about all of that shit
Yeah,
years and
Not only-
years before the US
Yeah.
ever even thought about. Yeah.
That
them
is
and
true.
then Canada. Canada
Yeah.
just did
Canada's
last
been
year.
open with alien contact and shit.
Yeah, they
So
just
it's kinda
released all
like-
their papers
Like
last
the United
year.
States, we went public last year in May.
Yeah.
We're
so
like,
maybe
yeah,
it's 3 years
UFOs are
ago
real,
from
man.
Canada, but still.
No, they
But,
don't,
like,
they don't
do you
deny
think
it.
they're from other planets, or do you think they're subterranean?
I think there's both.
Yeah.
If there is, there's multiple of them.
I think they're ready to
But-
whip some ass, because maybe they are from our oceans, dude, and they're tired of our shit.
Quit shitting in here, damn it.
Hey,
Legit.
on Forbes, there was a Doomsday Map where it said where all the flood was going to go, and on there it had Atlantis on their map. It was on-
Atlantis.
Yeah, it was called the
my
Billion-
assness.
Nice, but it was called the Billionaire's Escape Route or something like that to tell them where to go, because there's going to be so much water when all this fucking caps melt.
Huh.
Skiing.
So do you have any, I got a question that pertains to your upcoming fight. Do you have any words for your opponent, or do you have a prediction to your fight that I would like to ask? Like, what's your mind state? Are you gonna get it done in the first, or are you gonna showcase your skills?
Do you know what? I'm gonna win. I'm gonna
That's
win
what
at the end of the
matters.
day.
Matters. I don't doubt that at all.
I'm a professional, you know. But I've been in this game a long time, and saying I'm gonna go in there and do this and do that, and you know, that's not what we do when we get in there. We go in there. James Lilly's a very good fighter. He's unbeaten. He's had 6, 1, 5, drawn 1. I'd be a complete mug to be saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna go in there and bang him out and everything else. But all I will say is I'm in peak condition right now. I've just come off a 10-week camp and
Nice.
I'm looking nasty,
He's been 7
baby.
before. He ain't worried about
I'm
no
looking
5. He's
nasty.
done 7.
He's a baller.
He ain't worried
And I
about.
will
He
say
ain't worried
this
about
as well.
shit. We'll
That's right.
We'll do your shit
I
talking.
wouldn't
worried
want to
about
fight.
none of that shit.
None of that.
He's gonna go in that ring and whip some ass.
Whip some
Guaranteed knockout. Well,
I'm
maybe.
August 20th. August 20th. Is that when it is?
August 20th, yeah.
Yeah, August 20th.
At the Wembley in London.
Goddamn.
So go to the
I
BK.
I wouldn't want to fight me. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to fight me.
Yeah,
I'm in that. Yeah.
he looks in the mirror. He's like, dude, I don't want it with that guy.
Mate, I can't look at the mirror fully. Do you know what I mean?
He's avoiding.
Every time he looks in the mirror, he's like, I want that
He
smoke.
avoids the beer when he goes in the shower. He's like, don't look at that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny, man.
Wait, so you have your fight over in London. So when is the last time that you've been over there from coming over and fighting here and everything?
So the last time I fought in England, or just been there in general, or had a fight there.
Well, like
Good
I
question.
guess both.
So I was last there 10 weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah, just had a bit of bad luck. Had a closure with a business, so it sort of left me on my ass a little bit. And I just sold all my stuff, got all the money together, got myself out to Miami, got myself in a more positive atmosphere. And yeah, I'm very pleased that I did that. I had a great 10 weeks, and now I can go into this fight. Yeah, feeling really happy, really good.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what was the last time you fought over in London?
Oh, sorry, Stone John. So last time I fought there was September 2019 against Jon Jones for the BKB world title.
That was an awesome fight. I don't know if you guys watched it, but it was
I'll watch it. Just send it to me.
it is freaking
It's a good one?
insane, dude.
The bang out?
Yeah, dog.
Hell
It
yeah.
is. The belt is dope too, man. As a piece, like it's a piece of nice jewelry, man.
I mean, I'm obviously going to be biased, but if I personally was to say, look, to show someone a bare knuckle fight, I would show them that fight because it's very technical, but very aggressive as well. And it's in that tiny, small, little square ring, and we belt the fuck out of each other, man. It's a good fight.
Are you familiar with the over they're good like UK bare knuckle Spartan bare knuckle?
Yeah, like with the hay bales.
Yep. Do you ever done any of those?
I haven't done any of the hay bale ones. I mean, because I come from high level professional glove boxing, it was like as soon as I see it was in the ring and everything, it was like a pretty easy transition for me. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. I mean, to be honest,
Yeah, dude, I think it's cool.
dude. I wouldn't rule it out. I mean, I've done a lot of that kind of stuff, sparring and sparring in tiny rings and stuff like that, and I loved it. But yeah.
All right, Levi, you got anything?
Are you pagan?
Oh, I did ask him that question before.
Did you call me a pagan?
I
Yes.
asked, are you?
He asked.
Because I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that in like London talk, gangster talk, a pagan is not a good thing.
Oh, see, I don't even know that.
So what is that?
Like a modern day heathen. You follow Nordic gods and stuff. Odin.
No.
Viking religion?
No, I don't. No.
Word.
Should I?
No, I don't know. Should you?
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Actually, after I've had a spiritual awakening, and I kind of believe in all gods, bro. Hindu,
So
God, Allah.
what does a Viking god entail then?
Well, some of their like teachings and their beliefs is kind of like they're a little harder on like they don't really care. They're like their gods are not there to help you, man. Like you're supposed to help yourself. You know what I mean? They're there to guide you and then give you wisdom and shit. But if you fuck up, you know what I mean? They're not there to forgive you. They're not very forgiving.
Basically, you have to earn your spot to be
and to go to Valhalla and the Warriors land, and that's kind of what like when people say skull, it means good health, like to you and your family. That's why they cheers. And when they die, they want to go to Valhalla, where you're under Odin's kind of law, and you fight, and you're ready to defend Odin's law. And that, like all they do is Vikings law is fighting and taking and raiding. It's the coolest. It's a mission to go to war, man, all the time.
Yeah.
Well, and with that,
What?
Dude, it's crazy. I got it. Like, you're our first person that hasn't been. Well, I mean, you're English, but like American guest, right?
Yeah.
no, our first.
No, and it's cool because
Overseas.
Because my
overseas,
and
Some say across the pond.
Yeah, because my whole family.
See, got a finger gun.
From my mom's side, I'm the first one born in America. All my family's from Oxford, straight up.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that, Christian.
So like
Boys and
talking to
West
you
End
and
girls,
shit, like the shit
Christian?
that he's saying,
Christian.
I get it. Like I pick up on like a lot of it. Yeah.
Just dude, if you want to kiss him, just say it, Christian. Jesus.
Do you know what? Oxford's a very nice place. Yeah, Oxford's nice.
Wait, what?
Oxford it's a very nice place.
No, yeah.
Christian, you've been to Amsterdam, right?
No, I've been only to England once when
England.
I had my 4th birthday there.
Ah.
Yep, I had it at my nan's.
And they spanked your little butt.
My great nan's house. Yeah, probably. I was probably being a little shit. Yeah.
Knowing you, I'm putting $1 on it.
I bet you started a fire.
No, I did go into a store and I was young and I stole something.
You
and
would,
then,
Christian.
And then had to go back and then return it. And yeah, they were cool, but they were like, what the fuck?
And then they spanked your little butt, just like I predicted. I couldn't believe it, dude.
Yeah, just Steven from the store. Holy.
Jesus, you can't bring them nowhere, not even England.
No, don't even bring me in here.
Dude, I hope you have like a really good time with us tonight. I'm really sorry about the technical difficulties. We wanted to give you a different kind of show because I'm sure you've been bombarded with like fight questions and all that shit. You know what I mean? So
no, it's been cool.
I gotta ask you how big your dick
enjoyed.
is.
I've enjoyed being on it, man.
yeah, we gotta ask the weird shit and make sure we like to think that you guys want to have a good time while you guys prep for these fights as well. So we like to be that podcast, you know?
Yeah. No, it's been cool. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. If you want to shout out anything or if you want to send a message or promote your fight, I want you to do so now. So when people close out, they remember to look this shit up after they watch this episode.
Yeah, just check out BKFC 27 August 20th, Wembley. It's gonna be an insane night. It's a mega card. The whole card is good.
Only $5 for the app.
$5.
Yes, it's for me it's the best bill that BKFC have put on so far. I think like it's consistently 50-50 fights throughout. You know, you don't get that on many shows now. Boxing, MMA, it's a lot. It's a pretty lopsided card. Do you know what I mean? So for it to be 50-50s like that, I think it's gonna blow up, man. I think people are gonna walk away like.
Man, I think
something news.
I'm excited.
You know what I believe?
Even if I have to resubscribe, because I subscribed last month, but I've heard people have to resubscribe and this and that.
After every,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited for that.
Everything I picked up from you, you know, the comparison from the US to the UK, man. I think when BKFC goes overseas to London and Wembley, they're gonna pick up a shit ton of new fans.
Oh, big time.
You know what I mean? People are gonna be like, that shit was the shit to watch right there, dog.
That was raw.
Yeah. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's an incredible sport, and gotta hand it to the Americans, man. They throw a show, and their shows are just far better than what we do back home in the UK. And just think when they come over, it's gonna it's something fresh for everyone. And do you know what? I think people are in a period back in boxing, especially in the UK, where a lot of professional fighters are getting treated so badly that they're just full on leaving boxing and going over to bare knuckle now. So it's in a time where it's gonna, a lot of people are getting attracted to bare knuckle, big names. I come from it with an English belt, as a name, household, well, not a household name, a local name on TV and stuff like that. So it's bare knuckles growing. It's gonna get well. It's already got good fighters. Mike Perry, MVP.
Who do you got? Who do you got on that fight? No cap.
Personally, I just think.
No.
I mean, I've seen MVP in his boxing matches. He had a couple of professional boxing glove fights, and he is one awkward motherfucker. Like would be horrendous to box, in all fairness. And Mike Perry, I'm a fan. He's tough. He comes and has a fight, but really he's very limited. He's bolt upright, has no head movement. I just think he's going to get cut to bits, man. But it's bare knuckle, isn't it? and MVP's never had a bare knuckle fight. MVP's never had a bare knuckle fight. He might think, what the fuck is this? And if that happens, then Mike Perry jumps on him. But if I was a betting man, MVP is going to cut Mike Perry the fuck up.
There it is. Set in stone, no cap.
There we go.
What about
Rolling nuts.
So there's a rumor that just kind of flew around yesterday. I don't know if it's true. Nobody's like really confirmed it. Is the Mike Richmond Lorenzo fight dead? And if it's not, who do you got on that?
I think Mike Richmond.
Really?
Mike Richmond's a beast, man. He's wiping people out.
Lorenzo
I mean-
too, though.
Dude,
I don't know,
yeah.
man. The champ's a beast.
I've look,
Lorenzo, Doc. Sticking Lorenzo.
yeah, I'm
Shout out, champ.
Yo,
Yeah.
Lorenzo's scary, man.
yeah,
Um,
I think I would definitely go with Mike. I'm impressed with him. He's done his thing, man. He looks good, powerful, man.
you can never underestimate a guy with a mustache like that either, man.
Mm.
Yeah, especially in bare knuckle.
Mustache mean business, dude.
You know the curl.
Well,
You know.
I've not even fully gone to town with mine. But
Oh
mine, but,
shit! He's not playing. Are you gonna curl?
He's double curl.
He's gonna shave it, man.
look,
He decides he's gonna go American goatee style.
Dude, you-
Bro-
and it's like blonde as well.
fuck that. You gotta
Oh.
get the Lemmy, dude. And fuck.
There's levels to this.
Oh,
boys.
Emmy!
Oh
my
Lemmy,
God.
You gotta rep
Christian
that
says
shit.
go Lemmy.
Dude,
He
you gotta
says
rep
go
that
full
shit. Rep
Lemmy,
that
bro.
UK. You rep that UK. Yeah.
Well, dude, I think that we have a wonderful show from you. We're gonna edit together. We're really sorry about the technical difficulties. We're wishing you the greatest of luck during your fight. I'm cheering you on for sure, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
not
Yeah,
joking.
I
I've
think,
been saying it since the beginning. I think that you got this in the bag, man. I think you're a phenomenal fighter and awesome to watch. So anybody that's not watching the fight, you missed out, and everyone that does, you're getting for a treat. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Tyler, thank you, man, for your time. Cheers to you. I wish I had more weed. But we
I was
smoked
gonna
ours.
say, I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah.
we had a good time.
Dude, yeah, nice to meet you, man. Fucking yeah.
yeah.
Another fellow fucking
Is it-
Englishman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And quick shout out to our sponsors, 20 past 4.
And Jamie St. Mark's. You know what it is. Thank you guys for standing behind us, and we stand behind you guys. We'll never forget about you ever again. Thank you for your time. We're gonna edit back in. We'll probably have your episode up in a few days.
See you soon, boys.
Thank you, dude.
Thanks, man.
Have a good night. We are the Weekly Bus.